G'day, so I thought I'd better do taste testing, the best opinion I can give for something like that for the different Feijoas I've got. So I've got my, let's say the standard for me, the original seedling that I've got around here. So to me it tastes like a typical Feijoa. So straight away when I cut it open I do notice, although I don't think it's quite as obvious today as some of the other Duffys that I picked compared to it. I noticed a lot more yellow in the flesh of mine with the Duffys. To be quite honest, the other Duffys that I've picked, I think it might also be the way I've cut, they've been a lot more jelly, but you can really see up to the edge here they're jelly. Mine typically don't have a lot of jelly through it. I actually like them quite a lot. The only thing I'll say is that they probably are grittier compared to some of the other varieties around. So the Duffy, since tasting it, it's very good. I like the taste. The only thing that I can say I've noticed, it probably is a bit milder. Probably more people will like that, but to me, the typical Feijoa has a sort of tart, I think tart might be the right word to say, sort of pineapple-y flavour to it. This one, it was still there, but I think some of the sort of tart, pineapple, nearly sour sort of flavour is removed from it. In saying that, I have noticed with these fruits you can just literally break the end off and pretty much suck the whole fruit out the back, so very easy to use. And mine, when eating them whole with the skin, it's very doable, but it does make it tartar. Yeah, so the taste is pretty strong. That wouldn't be for everyone to eat with the skin, but I actually feel with the Duffy that really skin or no skin, they are quite good. So I'll take a scoop out of the middle of that one. But yeah, definitely it's a lot softer of a texture. Delicious taste. Not saying anything bad against them, I suppose. I'm just comparing differences between the branded fruit and just the plain seedlings. Obviously seedlings will vary. With mine here, as I say, I do find it is a bit firmer. You still have the jelly part in the middle, so this is probably going to be much better if you wanted to do jams and things like that out of it. Now, Duffy is meant to get up to 200 gram fruit, so they will be quite large. Even my own, I do get larger than this. I got most of the larger ones earlier in the season, but no, very good. I say definitely a bit more of a gritty aftertaste of mine. Not super gritty. I've definitely tasted it more on other Feijoas, but a very nice sort of tart bite to it. Now, the unique, I've actually only tried one. I've got a couple of them off the tree so far, but I've cut open the smaller one because it was a bit softer and felt like it was more ready to eat. To me, straight away, I don't know if the camera will show this, but I can notice, compared to my seedling, again, there's less yellow in these select varieties. So let's see the texture of it. It's jelly, but it's not quite as jelly as a Duffy, even though it might look it as far as the photo goes. It's a bit firmer, pushing the spoon into it, and a bit more pith around the edge. And actually, I'd even say possibly a milder taste than the Duffy. I might try them back in order because I did have that in between. So yeah, I'd say over the Duffy and the Unique, the Duffy has it, but in saying that, the Unique has a lot of good properties to the tree. It's one of the only true self-pollinating trees. It is a semi-dwarf, naturally semi-dwarf tree. I think it only gets to about 2.5 metres, so certainly if you're only going to have one, I'd go for the Unique. The Duffy has been in the ground. It was a cutting. It's been in the ground for at least 1.5 years, something like that. I've probably had it for nearly 2. I've only had the Unique for a year, and fruit-wise, they've nearly produced the same. So, you know, both are pretty good. I can't remember what size Unique are meant to get to, but I do have some fairly decent ones considering they're only a metre tall tree. So, happy with them all, but yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with having seedling Feijoas. Obviously, there's the odd time you're going to get a bad one, but these do have better properties, and I think they definitely taste different. Probably, if you were just tasting those two, I think you would be saying they do taste pretty similar, but between them all, there's texture differences, scent differences. I'll squeeze this in at the end or at some stage of it. But yeah, the one part I forgot to do was try the unique with the skin on. Skin's very mild, just gives it a light little tang to it, and just to remind me, I'll try the Duffy to compare it to it. I would say the Duffy's skin's probably less tart. To be quite honest, the Duffy, I don't know why you'd even bother taking the skin off it. The fruit's nice on the outside. I even noticed that it's just slightly smoother skin than some of the other ones. The unique's definitely a little bit more smoother skin than my seedling, but yeah, the Duffy tends to have the smoothest, and not only that, on a couple of fruit I've noticed that even now that it's colder, it's getting a bit of a purple tinge to it. So, and then another one which I haven't got yet, but I really am looking to get one day, is a Nazamatsu or Namatsu or whatever it is, because when you cut it, it apparently won't discolour for ages, and I've been playing around with dehydrating Feijoas, which has worked well, but they do go brown pretty quickly. So yeah, they all have different properties for different reasons. Oh well, I'll update next year when I have the white goose to try, the large oval, mammoth, and something else will come to me later. Thank you.